Hello. Hey, this is Melanie Richmond, your executive well-being coach. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great week. We're already coming into the end of August, and that's crazy. So I hope you're really enjoying that summer and getting a chance to get outside and do the things you love. Today, we're talking about a really important topic. It's all about mindset. So I want to touch on a little bit how mindset is different than mindfulness, because mindset is broken down to how it's said, mindset. It's your state of mind and what it's set to. So what are you looking to achieve? What do you think is capable for you? What are some limiting factors that you're putting within your mind and your capabilities? So we're going to dive deep into that today. So if you're joining us live, please let us know in the chat who you are. I'd love to say a hello in the chat and get some viewer engagement. And if you're catching the replay, just drop a replay in the comments so that I know this is a topic that interests you and that you want to learn maybe some more about it. All right, so mindset. I have a lot of examples. I was thinking about what were some things that I wanted to share with you that happened in my own life. And it started as early as when I was a teenager playing soccer to some pivoting points in my career and how switching my mindset really changed the results that I achieved. So growing up, I'll start off with my soccer example. Growing up, I played high-level soccer, and I know a lot of people, they get into sports, and that's kind of what their competitive edge is growing up, and that might change into something else later on in life. But I played a lot of soccer. I played 6 times a week. At one point, I was on 3 teams. And it was a massive part of my upbringing, of my training, my dedication and practice. So I had the mindset piece of, in order for me to do well on the field, I had to put in the hours, I had to practice. And there was one game in particular where we were down by a little bit and we were playing indoor soccer at the time. And I remember I got the ball and I said, I need to go score right now and I'm going to get through anything. And that mindset piece, I don't know what happened, but I went through 3 players back to back and I went against the goalie and I shot and I scored. And it was one of those moments where like somebody watching from the outside, you're like, wow, like this person out of the blue just came out and poured their heart and their, that mindset of, this is what I'm doing and I'm doing it and nothing's going to stop me. And I went and did it. So I'm sure some of you might have an example. If you do, I'd love to hear about it in the chat. If you are watching from LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, grant StreamYard permission so I can view your comments. And so that's a simple example of what can happen in, any great sports story. And you hear that with any athlete, like they talk about how their physical capabilities is a part of the puzzle, but the greater part is that heart piece and the mental toughness. And you look at any athlete that's had a slump, it's often not because they're physically incapable, they're not hurt, it's because mentally something's going on. So it has such a big impact on the results that we're going to get. So that mindset piece, is it something that does it come from within, or is it something that you learn exterior? So I do believe that you will gain insight from others. You're going to learn from others on how to change your mindset and look at things differently and see a challenge as an opportunity. And that can be learned, but it also has to come from within. There has to be that fire within us that says, I 100% believe that this is my calling, or this is what I need to be doing as my next step. And I'm going to put everything possible into it. Even if doubt comes in, it's going to be an opportunity for me to navigate those obstructions and see them as opportunities. So that's really where the growth mindset comes in versus a limiting mindset. So I wanted to share with you a few sayings of what might that look like in terms of someone talking? So you could go from I can't do it to how can I do it? So that's really looking at I can do it. I just have to find the ways to do it. So looking at opportunities. If you're not good at something, what can I learn to get better at this? You're afraid of making a mistake, fear of failure. What can I learn from my mistakes to get better? If it's something's really hard, how can it be easier? How can I allow myself to make it easier? So those are all mindset shifts of instead of focusing on what's happening right now, like, yes, it is hard and I'm struggling, but how can I make it easier? That's that next step, that next question that you're asking yourself that's going to have a huge impact on the results. Because if you're just focusing on, man, I'm really struggling with work right now and it's really hard and I'm overloaded, stops there. Yeah, you're going to stay overloaded and you're going to feel kind of stuck. Versus if you ask the next question of, okay, what can I do about it? How can I make this easier on myself? Who can I use as a support? What can I offload? So asking the next level questions is what's going to get you different results. And oftentimes when we're faced with something hard or many failures, we might want to give up on it. But instead of giving up, do we try it a different way? Because if you know your true north, where you want to head, and it's really important to you, you're going to stick to it. It's like raising a child. Like, although it's hard, like you're committed to that child, and no matter how hard it gets, you're never going to give up on them. You're always going to try something different to support them and raise them as best as you can. And if you don't know something, you can learn it. Learn how, or get somebody that can help you with it. And the other thing that comes up a lot with the limiting mindset is you compare yourself to others. You say, hey, this person over there is doing so well in their career, or they have their life together. Although social media is so skewed, right? You only see a part of someone's life. And that's not what it's about. It's really about, wow, that person is doing really well in their career. What can I learn from them? What can I ask them? What can they share with me that might provide me some stepping stones to head to where I want to go? So those are all great tools to look out for. I want to go back to the story time now. So I talked about my soccer career, how I had this like one-off day where I just really stood out in the crowd and went through 3 people and scored that goal. There was also an opportunity in my career where I decided I felt like I was waiting to get permission for that next promotion. I was waiting to get permission to do something that I was passionate about. And that is very limiting because you're putting the power in somebody else's hands. Whereas when you take charge and you say, this is what I really want, and you're not asking for permission, you're saying, my mindset is, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to incorporate it. Even though it might not be in your job title, you slowly start to incorporate it in everything that you do and how you help people in your leadership capabilities. And you start to develop that skill set. Because at the end of the day, your job title does not mean much. How you support people, how you impact them, and the results you get them and how you make them feel is what really matters. So, that job title is just a job title at the end of the day. And you don't need permission from somebody else to grant you that next promotion. You go after what you are capable of and step into that power. So I hope that was helpful. I'm keeping today's live show a little short. We're going to do more on mindset work on Monday. So that's when we have our free seminar. It's going to be amazing. It's all about how we're going to reset that mindset, because a lot of us had a busy summer and you might have some distractions right now. So what are you putting your flashlight on? Like, what's your focus point in your life right now? And we're going to make sure that it's where you want to be heading. It's where you want your focus to be. And we're also going to look at growth opportunities, how that's going to get built for you in your life, and coming up with a roadmap of what you truly want so that you can live that dream life that you've always wanted and enjoy the journey along the way. Because mindfulness, this is something I want to touch on. Mindfulness is really enjoying the journey. Mindset is going to be that drive that's going to keep you going, moving forward. So you need both of them. You need to be mindful of where you are right now in that present moment and enjoying every part of it and being in flow with life. And then you also need the mindset piece of, how am I always moving forward? Keeping that eye on the prize. All right. So if anybody has any questions, drop them in the chat. Or if there's anything that resonated with you, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you Monday. If you haven't registered already, we already have a ton of registrations. And you get a free strategy session with me. So that's a one-on-one 20-minute session where we sit down, talk about what's going on with you personally, where are you struggling, where are you exceeding, what are the gaps, and how do we get you from A to Z. All right, have a great week, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.